Hi, this is János, it is Real World Audio, and I'm looking at questions again, and now Peter Wiquist asked a really good question, and that he mentioned that about power chords, and I tried to maybe like abbreviate it's a really long post. The claim that the first thing the amplifiers see is the power cord is nonsense. Inside the amplifier unit is a power supply. But I think now we have fixed the contradiction, because inside the amplifier, that's already the amplifier. So yes, the amplifier sees first thing is the power cord, and then it's the amplifier. But now, what Peter is saying, that within the amplifier there are certain things happening even before that electricity reaches the power transformer. And he is right on with that all of those things that are there, like the IEC socket, and then your on-off switch, the fuse, if you have relays there, and all of the junk wires, usually junk wires connecting all of these, or maybe even worse, some PCB circuits connecting them. It's just really low grade. What's the word that Danny from GR Research uses? Cheese. He uses the word cheese. So the amps are usually full of cheese between what you plug in as your power cord and the transformer of the amplifier. And now Peter was saying that using a high quality power cord makes no sense, because this cheese just destroys everything. So now I like to I have a perfect comment for that, because I have my PS Audio DAC, the DR3, and it had a lot of cheese between the power cord and the transformer. And the modification that I did and that I shared, I think it was about a year or two ago, it's on the back videos, is I cut out most of that cheese. So I just exchanged that for high quality wires, removing a ton of it, so it's just almost like a direct line between your power cord and the transformer. And with all of that cheese removed, now I'm hearing an even bigger difference what the power cord makes when I'm plugging in. However, even when the cheese was there, I could still hear massive, absolutely massive difference between different power cords. So just because there's some cheese there, it doesn't mean that it destroys everything that comes from the power cord. No, it shrinks it down. It's kind of like squeezing through a narrow tube. But if you are squeezing down through a narrow tube some crap that's coming out, then it will be squeezed crap. And if you are squeezing down high quality stuff, it will be squeezed high quality stuff. There is still a difference. Of course, all that curd is just throttling down the possibilities that a good power cord can give you, and usually if you don't hear as much difference between power cords as you are expecting, one good reason for that, one very strong possibility for that, is all the cheese that's in your amplifier between the plug and the transformer that Peter has brought our attention to. So yes, definitively that cheese is cutting, it's really like turning your power cord to another power cord that's like several grades lower, but it's just like grading them down a couple grades, and it's not doing like yes or no. So it's not black and white. Audio is always like a shade of grays. When you have no cheese between your amplifier's terminal and the power transformer, then you have, let's say, that 50 shades of gray. And when you have cheese between them, you have 5 shades of gray. But there's always shades of gray. It's not black and white. So thank you, Peter, for that comment, because I think this is something really valuable. And although I have shared this many times, but I think a lot of my viewers are new, and even if you are not new, you have missed those videos, then you don't know about that. So I think it was really worth mentioning it, and thank you for this comment. It was really, really useful, and I really appreciate everyone sharing your comments, because that gives me a feedback. What is it that you want to hear more about? I'm always going to steer my videos towards the directions where the questions are asked. And also, even what nowadays I noticed after this is my 3rd year of doing this channel, is that about between 98 to 99% of the questions I already have answers in the past 3 years. So if you would watch my videos, most of the questions don't even have like a video answer, but probably a series of videos full with the answer. But I know that it's not easy to find them, because I do not program my videos, so I do not have a notebook in front of me with chapters, and I'm clicking off the marks. I'm going with what someone is asking me as a question, and I answer that question and go through aspects that relate to that question. And often the title that I give to this video just covers the main aspect that prompts that video, but it will not cover, you will not find those other aspects that I look through by the title. And unfortunately, I have no good ways to search through my videos. I myself, I know that I made some of these videos that I'm talking about, but I have no clue what title they have. To tell the truth, well, I'm always telling the truth, but maybe you don't know that, is that when I shoot a video, I shoot it based on like reading a comment, or I have an idea, I share it, and then when I'm uploading the video, that's when I'm creating the title, that's when I come up with the title. So it's just the last second of it. That's the last step of my video creation process, to come up with a title that I think best hints at the most important element of that video. But if I want to create a title that covers all the big points in that video, that would be like a 300-word video. I mean, 300-word line, and YouTube doesn't allow more than, I think, like 180 characters or something like that, or 120 for the video titles. So yeah, I think you are in trouble if you want to search for my previous videos. I think the best source is just to ask in comments, ask my fellow viewers, those who watch my videos. I think most of you know much better what I talk about, which videos that have a specific title, because for me the titles, they don't stick in my mind. What sticks in my mind that I did a video on something, but what the title was, it was just the last second thing. I probably 2 weeks later, I don't even know what was the title I gave that video. So anyway, my memory is not endless. So but maybe this is like a tip that I want to share about how my mind works, because through my audio journey, what I did is I sifted through just an enormous amount of audio knowledge. I read an enormous amount of books, enormous amount of online posts on forums, like tens of thousands, maybe 100,000 plus posts on audio stuff, and experimented with everything, and but also this is just part of my life. Another part of my life is what I do for my daytime job, which requires learning a lot on a daily basis. So my mind is basically being tasked to just have like a capacity that's way beyond what a normal human brain is rated for. So what I'm doing is that I'm organizing in my mind what is the information that is bringing me towards my goal. What is it that is on my path? And I'm keeping that information. And what is on the fringe, I don't care about that. And this is really extreme because, for example, when I listen to audio gear, I don't listen to it, okay, I want to listen to this amplifier with this cable and that blah blah blah, and now I have expectations and so, and then maybe I work up myself because I have read really good reviews about it, and I just want to believe that it sounds better because it maybe like it costs like 50 times more than what I may be testing it again. That's not how my brain works and how my expectations work. What I do is, even if someone tells me what is the equipment we are going to listen to, I will block it out from my brain. So it just goes in here and goes out there. Zilch, out, nada, niente. And I listen to it, and if I don't like what I hear, I won't even ask what I listen to. Of course, people are talking to, and maybe, yeah, I remember like what was it? It was like a certain solid state amplifier, or was it a push-pull tube amp? So that kind of things I retain, like what was the architecture, what was the principle, what was the system synergy that we heard. But if it was like a really horrible thing, and maybe it was like a really high name, big name solid state amplifier, I'm not going to remember the model name. Why? Because I won't go in that direction to explore that path. So if you arrive at a crossroads, because this is like a crossroads, when you audition a new system, it is a crossroads that can take you to different paths. If it takes you clearly to a path downhill, way downhill, I recommend not to explore that path further. Even if it has like an amplifier or something in it that you have read rave reviews about, and you have an image in your head that must be your perfect amplifier because of this and that and that. If it sounds like this, then don't pursue it any further. Pursue those avenues where it sounds really, really good. That where you see that there is a potential to elevate your audio journey, to learn more. And when I listen to systems that have, even if like the whole thing there are problems with it, maybe it's not as dynamic as I want to, or maybe if it doesn't have enough bass, maybe the bass is not as controlled as it could be, maybe it's over controlled, but it has some aspects that are exceedingly good or remarkable or get my attention, then yes, I will look into it. Not the intent to have that gear which has obvious flaws that are flaws to me, but to learn from it, that aspect which is better than what I expected, how does that system achieve that level? What is there? And I break it down, what's happening inside that system, what was the component responsible for that, and learn that tweak, and whether I can apply that in my system. So I always try to reverse engineer things to what's happening there, and that was what my mentor did at the highest level. So those who know or knew, he passed away already, Stu Ono, he was the great grandmaster of tearing things down and reverse engineering. He was an incredible, brilliant mind at that. And even though I have met exceptional people in audio, and everyone has their strength, and what Stu's strength was reverse engineering things, and that's something he really instilled in me, the passion and love for that process, and it's like second nature to me. So when I hear things, I know how to break it down, how to identify what's going on, and what I get from it, and what I can use That's what I keep in my head. And all those bits which mean nothing to me, like what was the model number there, or that kind of thing, that don't mean crap to me, because it's not useful. Who cares what was the model number? I don't even want to clutter my brain with that type of nonsense. But of course many of you would be interested in that, because you want to look at commercial amplifiers, and that's why my comment section is really variable, because then I mention these things and you want to know, okay, some concrete examples, and you ask, and there's people who can chime in who have concrete examples of that. And but me, often if it was something mediocre or uninteresting, then I don't memorize what was the model number. I just block it out from my memory. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, anyway, so hopefully it was somehow useful to you, this kind of sharing. Probably you don't care how my brain works, but what you really care about is how your audio journey can improve, or how you can get to your destination on the shortest path. And what I shared with you, this is my thinking, this is my reasoning, and I think I've noticed that when those friends of mine who use a similar thinking and similar approach to how to observe audio gear and find what interests you, they get there the fastest and the least painful way, and the most fulfilling way. And really, this is what my channel is about, that I want to share that with you, that your audio journey, that your real world audio journey is a fulfilling, balanced, and beneficial for you in every aspect. So thank you, have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Hit that notification bang bell. If you don't, then YouTube will not notify you of my new videos. That's how YouTube works. And if you want to, I don't have my, oh, here I do. You can gift me with a cup of electronic coffee, and that will help this little channel. And that your donation through that buy me a coffee, which can be as little as $2, it will help me. I'm accumulating those donations, and I'm using those for purchases that I can use as something that I show in these videos, and give you more experience, and what you give me, I can share it back to you, so you can learn more, and we can share this audio journey together and take it to the next level. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.